Could curcumin help mesothelioma patients live longer? That is what we will be exploring over the next couple of minutes. Hey, I'm Deborah from SurvivingMesothelioma.com. And for almost 20 years now, we have been helping mesothelioma patients with the latest in mesothelioma treatment information. In today's video, we're going to explore 3 interesting ways in which curcumin might improve the lives of mesothelioma patients. But first things first, what is curcumin? And how can it help if you have mesothelioma? Curcumin is a natural compound found in the spice turmeric. And after carefully analyzing 2 studies from OncoTarget and molecular and cellular biochemistry, it looks like curcumin could potentially kill mesothelioma cells and enhance the effectiveness of chemotherapy. But clinical trials need to be done so that we can see if this helps patients outside of the lab setting. I'll leave links to the studies in the description for you. But how exactly might curcumin help mesothelioma patients? All right, let's take a closer look at the 3 ways curcumin may help. Number 1, curcumin may trigger cancer cell death. A study published in OncoTarget in 2017 looked at how mesothelioma reacted to curcumin in both test tubes and live mice. Test tubes means that the experiments were done in a controlled environment outside of living organisms. And what they discovered was that curcumin activated pathways that led to the death of mesothelioma cells, which basically means curcumin told the cancer cells to self-destruct. Imagine if you could give your cancer cells a self-destruct button. This process is called apoptosis, and it is crucial for eliminating cancer in the body. Wouldn't it be amazing if curcumin could help get rid of mesothelioma cells, giving you more quality time with your loved ones? All right, number 2, curcumin may enhance chemotherapy. Next, the study published in Molecular and Cellular Biochemistry in 2011 showed how mesothelioma reacted to curcumin in both test tubes and mice. They found that curcumin made mesothelioma cells more sensitive to cisplatin. It's a common chemotherapy drug. So think of it like curcumin making cancer cells more vulnerable to chemotherapy's attacks. Could this mean potentially lower doses of chemo with fewer harsh side effects? We don't know yet, but it's an interesting idea. All right, number 3, curcumin may block cancer cell survival mechanisms. The OncoTarget study also revealed that curcumin blocked a process called autophagy in mesothelioma cells. Autophagy is like a recycling system that helps cells survive under stress. By blocking this process, curcumin might prevent cancer cells from using this survival tactic. It's kind of like cutting off the supply lines to an enemy army, making them weaker and easier to defeat. What I found truly amazing was that curcumin not only directly killed mesothelioma cells, but it also made chemotherapy more effective. And by blocking the cancer cell's survival mechanism, curcumin launches a multi-pronged attack against mesothelioma. It's pretty incredible, right? But what about the side effects and the risks of curcumin? The studies that we looked at didn't find any major side effects in the mice. But one thing that they did find is that curcumin isn't easily absorbed in the body. This poor bioavailability means that finding ways to enhance curcumin's absorption might be needed to achieve its full potential. The studies also didn't mention how curcumin might, interact with other medications, which is an important consideration. Another thing that you should take note of is that, These studies were done in test tubes and in mice with mesothelioma. And remember, that means that the results might not translate directly to humans. It doesn't mean that we should discount the information. It just means that human clinical trials would be needed to prove these benefits in mesothelioma patients. There can be a big difference between lab experiments and the human body. So, to recap, here's what we know. That curcumin helped trigger cancer cell death, enhanced chemotherapy, and blocked cancer cell survival tactics in mice and test tubes. But will it work the same way in people with mesothelioma? Unfortunately, we don't know for sure yet. It's frustrating, isn't it? We have this potentially game-changing compound in a common spice, and no one seems to be in a hurry to do clinical trials on mesothelioma patients. Is it because there's not enough profit in curcumin compared to patentable drugs? I really don't know. But I think mesothelioma patients deserve better. They deserve to have every possible option explored, whether it comes from a lab or the kitchen spice rack. So, what does this mean for you if you have mesothelioma? Well, in my opinion, I definitely would bring up curcumin with my doctor. Maybe curcumin could be used as a complementary therapy alongside conventional treatments. Maybe it could help manage symptoms or improve quality of life. Who knows? But surely it is worth discussing with your healthcare team. The research on curcumin for mesothelioma is still emerging, but the potential is exciting. And with so few treatment options available, I believe that mesothelioma patients have the right to explore every avenue that shows promise. And if you're looking for more information on mesothelioma, please visit survivingmesothelioma.com and see how Paul became the longest living mesothelioma survivor in the world. That's all I've got for you today. I hope this information on curcumin and mesothelioma was helpful. And I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.